Okay, y'all, now that the Jonathan Majors case is over, can we finally have a conversation about why this 34-year-old man dresses like he's older than slavery? Baby, when they showed the footage from the cop vest from when they went into Jonathan Majors' apartment, and this was his boot collection. Mais bon Dieu, mais qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? En vérité, qu'est-ce que ça... Does Jonathan know that he's only 34 years old? Why is his boot collection 300 years older than him? Why is he determined to dress like he going to happy hour with Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, and Frederick Douglass might stop by? Why? I mean, imagine dating Megan, Coretta Scott King Good, and this is how you dress? What the fuck is going on?
All these diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie Woo, BBLs, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
What's up, y'all? It's your sister. Welcome back to my Chanel. Now, I know. The next video is Black Cake. Trust me, like I'm literally working on it right now. It's just, I didn't expect for this stuff to come in so damn hot. Like, it's a lot of stories that are coming in hot, and I'm like, no, we gotta talk about this shit, y'all. Like, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this shit with y'all. So yeah, y'all, but before I get into that, what's going on? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? You know what? A lot of you guys tend to ask me about my makeup. Do y'all want me to give you a little beauty talk? You know, let me give you a little beauty talk. Let's talk about what I'm wearing. Hold on, baby. Do you guys see this makeup? So a lot of you guys have been asking me about like my makeup and stuff. So maybe I'm gonna start doing that. I just still have not put together my glam closet, y'all. Maybe in 2024 I'll do that. But let me show you guys what I did use on my face today. Huda? Is it Huda or Huda? Hold on, is it focusing? Focus. Yeah. I got this, the chocolate truffle 540G. That's my color. And it was a perfect match. Actually, the Sephora website just told me, just based off of all the foundations that I buy from Sephora, they're like, girl, this is your shade. And I was like, okay. And literally I ordered it and it came, it was the perfect shade. So shout out to Sephora for that. What else? Let me show you the other foundations that I like to use, because again, a lot of y'all like to ask me about my makeup. Okay, so these are my top foundations that I like to use. I like Makeup by Mario's, child, this thing don't like to focus. Okay, this is Makeup by Mario. What is this again? Surreal Skin foundation. I use this in 24N. I love this Dior foundation. It's one of my favorites. This is like when I'm gonna go somewhere fancy. The Makeup by Mario is more like every day, but I love Dior for when I'm going somewhere fancy. And this is their Dior Backstage. I use 7N. I love NARS. This is their Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I just love them. I love NARS. And my color is Deep 2, New Caledonia. Honorable mention, Charlotte Tilbury. What is it? Tilbury? I don't know, but she's good. This is her Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I use 16. But those are my favorite foundations that I use. So let me know, drop them in the comments, let me know what foundations you guys use. Also, y'all, I'm in my perfume era, okay? So let's talk about, you know what, child, not we talking about beauty shit. I'm supposed to be getting to the tea. Hold on. So we having a little beauty talk? Okay, let's have a little beauty talk. Okay, y'all, so I did make a perfume purchase that really surprised me. I did buy this Noir from Beyoncé, all right? And this is beautiful. Packaging is beautiful. Let me know if you guys have gotten it. Box is nice. And then you open it up and ta-da! I think this is beautiful, right? Now, I'm not really a perfume girly like that. Like, So I don't know why I thought this was the whole thing. I'm like, oh shit, like it's really big. But it's not, it's, you take it out. So yeah, so this is Noir, okay? Let me know if you guys got it. This shocked me because I don't like it. I feel like y'all lied. Y'all lied. Y'all lied. Now hold on, wait a minute now, wait. I love the queen, love Beyonce. But this perfume gives very much white diamonds. It gives church auntie, it gives church mother with the candies at the bottom of her purse. You know what I'm saying? And like the little strawberry candies, like that's what it gives. It gives like, we fall down, but we get up. Church mother, that's what it gives. It doesn't give what I thought it was gonna give. I thought it was gonna give youthful, energetic, I don't know, like, it gives old. And that's not, I don't know, when I look at Beyonce, I wouldn't expect her to smell like this. So, absolutely not. But I will be giving this to one of my aunties though. Baby, my Haitian aunties gonna eat this shit up, baby. They gonna eat this perfume up. They gonna be in church. Oule wash la, se dem ba we kote pou mwen passe. Alléluia, oule wash la, se dem ba we kote pou mwen passe. It's giving oule wash la, okay? Israël campé devant la mer rouge. Yo pa konnen sa pou yo fè yo entrave. Yon sel bagay fok yo bouye. Bon Dieu pa jam komanse pou li pa fini. Se vwe ou le what, bitch. I am so saved. I am so saved. All right, let me tell you guys about another perfume purchase that I made that did surprise me. I don't know what this lady puts in her perfumes. Kayali or Kayali. Lychee, this I think it's called, what is it called? Eden Sparkling Lychee. This is the one. This is the one, bitch. This is the one. I'm surprised at how good this smells. Like it, first of all, the bottle is beautiful. Like, hold on, wait. Come on now, eating shit. The bottle is gorgeous. Like, this is a gorgeous bottle. Gorgeous bottle. It smells like what a lychee martini tastes like, if that makes sense. Like, if you're like me and you like lychee martinis, lychee drinks, period, it smells like what that tastes like. And I mean that like in a good way. It smells so fresh, fruity, summery. And as time goes by, as it sets in, it smells more like womanly. I don't know. You know, I'm not a perfume girly, so I don't know how, I can't talk to y'all like the perfume girlies do. But this is amazing. And honestly, if you're like me and you love to vacation, you love to go to hot places, like this is definitely giving summer. It's giving vacation. It's giving Ghana and Africa. Like it's giving Dead to December in Ghana. Like I'm definitely taking this to Ghana with me. Like it smelled so good. I bought 2 of the small ones. Like I was like, oh no, I have to go back and buy more. It really shocked me. Really shocked me how good this smells. Let me know if you guys like this brand. All right, y'all, that's it for the beauty products. Okay, I'm not a beauty girly, you know, that's not really my content, but let me know if you guys do want me to do like just include a little more beauty talk, and when we're talking about this stuff, I don't mind. But yeah, y'all, so the video following this will be Black Cake, I promise. It's just I didn't expect to do another just a couple things. I thought I was done. So let's go ahead and get into the tea for today. Let me pull my iPad out, child. Let's go ahead and get into this Jonathan Majors tea, child. During Black Women's, y'all killing me with this shit, man. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? Surprise! Are we surprised? See, if you've been watching my channel, you're not surprised, because you know what we do here? We actually read. This is why I take pride and not just coming on my channel and just giving y'all my opinion just pulled out of my ass. I get down, I read the articles with you guys, I dissect what I'm reading. A lot of times you guys don't agree, you guys don't like it, and hey, feel free not to agree. Feel free to not to like what I'm saying. You're not gonna like everything I say every time I say something. But it was just very interesting to me. If you go into the comment section of my last Jonathan Majors video, some of the comments really took a turn when I was dissecting the video. A lot of you really felt like that video of him running away from Grace was proof that nothing happened in the car. And I stood here and I told y'all, that's not it. And a lot of y'all was like, oh my God, you're just mad. You need healing. You're obviously hurt from something. Girl, you just mad that, you know, he wouldn't pick you. You're not his type. Girl. And I'm just like reading some of these comments. I'm like, what does any of that have to do with what the fuck I'm reading? Baby, when is the last time y'all seen me date a motherfucker who is always dressed up like an abolitionist? Okay? When is the last time y'all seen me do that shit? And listen, again, while I've given y'all my opinions on the case, I've always maintained I think that Jonathan Majors is very talented. If you used to follow me on Twitter, especially when what was the show that he had on HBO with Journey Smollett? Oh my God, like I was a huge fan, and I'm still a huge fan of his talent. That man can act his ass off. Act his ass off. And I know a lot of y'all be saying shit like he got an ancestral face and shit like that. I've never made fun of the way he looks. I've never made fun of his features. I've always thought that Jonathan Majors was a very, very handsome, well put together black man. I just want to maintain those things. 2 things, 3 things can be true at the same time. There's no way that me, as someone who has reading comprehension skills, that I was gonna read everything from her testimonies to watching the videos of when they got into the apartment to the screenshots of their texting, like their text messages throughout the last year. It was clear. I couldn't look at all that and not say or not come to the conclusion that, wow, this woman was being abused by this man. We may not have hard proof, but when you hear the recording of him asking her to reach down in her coochie and find her inner Coretta Scott King energy, he also talks about the fact that he has a very bad temper. He acknowledges that. He talks about how he can be very upset at times. And, you know, then you have the text messages where every time he seemingly hurts her physically, he's telling her that he's going to delete himself. And whenever she's saying, hey, like, I'm going to go to the hospital, I'm not feeling well, he's telling her, he's discouraging her from doing so because he feels that she's not going to protect them. He's a black man. He's doing black things for the black culture, and she's not going to protect him. That's when he wants to come in with his black card. There was no way I was going to be able to see all that and come to the conclusion that this man is a totally innocent man, and this white woman just came out of nowhere to destroy this black man's life. Mind you, she never pressed charges on him. You know, I'm not going to go step by step through the breakdown. I've done 3 videos on it. If you care to watch them, go watch them. But she never filed charges on him. Okay? I believe his lawyer said, mind you, his lawyer sucks. And I've told you guys this. I think his lawyer sucks. I think his lawyer tried to play the court of opinion card, and that didn't work, especially when she put out the text messages where you could see Grace saying, okay, I'm not going to go to the hospital. I told them it's all my fault. It didn't look good. That didn't look good. Mind you, this is supposed to be his ex-girlfriend at the time. But the way they're talking to each other, it didn't look good. It didn't look good, okay? She looked like a battered woman in those text messages. Then for his lawyer also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but his lawyer, the state filed charges against him. his lawyer had him countersue her. The NYPD pressed charges on Jonathan, but his lawyer had him countersue Grace Jabari and say that she attacked him. Mind you, there was no evidence of any injuries to him, but all the evidence pointed to Jabari's injuries, right? So if she attacked you, so you didn't have any scratches, you didn't have like nothing. That's usually what happens with a girl when a girl attacks you, right? But her testimony matches all of her injuries, which was that she reached for his phone, and as soon as she reached for his phone, he went to, he punctured her finger. She had lacerations on her neck. And also when you watch the video, before he runs away, he is trying to force her into the car. And when he does that, he forcefully has her hit her head on the car. And that's why she has the lacerations, the cut in the back of her ear. His lawyer had him countersue her, knowing that all this exists, plus knowing that there are text messages in between the two that show him in an abusive light. Knowing that he has no proof of this girl ever putting her hands on him. Okay? What his lawyer did was play the court of opinion and use a black man being attacked by a white woman narrative, and it did not work. It did not work because at the end of the day, that white woman was willing to stay there in a relationship with this man and get her ass beat. The proof is all there. It's all there. So watching you guys come in my comments or watching you guys just say some of the things that you say, I'm like, damn, no wonder why there's a whole section in TikTok about how y'all kids can't read, because y'all can't read. And that's not me being mean. It's just like reading comprehension is a very lost skill. It is a very lost skill. Y'all can't read. And where you guys are getting your information from is these blogs. You guys are not sitting down and reading these articles that crime journalists are literally putting together to let you know, take for take, bar for bar, what's going on. All right, so let's go through what happened today in the courtroom with Jonathan. So the Manhattan District Attorney released this statement following the guilty verdict. At the Manhattan DA's office, we are committed to centering survivors in all of our work. The evidence presented throughout this trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse. What have I been saying? What have I been saying in every video that I've done on this? And escalating patterns of coercion far too common across the many intimate partner violence cases we see each and every day. Baby, have they been watching my videos? I've literally been saying this. Literally been saying this. Today, a jury determined that pattern of abuse and coercion culminated with Mr. Majors assaulting and harassing his girlfriend. We thank the jury for its service and the survivor for bravely telling her story, despite having to relive her trauma on the stand, okay? All right, so that is the DA's office. Let's go to his lawyer. His lawyer released this statement. It is clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabari's story of what happened in the SUV because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful for that. We are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Ms. Jabari, the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him. Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for their love and support during these harrowing 8 months. He not thankful to Megan Coretta Scott King good? Not my sister who he's been courting all the motherfucking month of December. He not thankful to the woman he been courting? To the black women's who, remember when he was asking Grace Jabari for, black women's energy to reach down and deep into her coochie and find her inner Coretta Scott King, inner Michelle Obama? Here you have it, and you don't include her in your statement? There's no thank you to your black girlfriend? I'm gonna let y'all think about that one. Cause it's so convenient. He had the white women's. When he couldn't get the white women's to be okay with him beating her ass every motherfucking day anymore. He wanted her to reach down in her purse during Black Women's You Going to Jail Month. And so now they at this court case, and how convenient he pops up with Megan Good, but you don't include her in your thank you statement? Megan, if you know what's good for you, run. Pun intended. Mr. Majors still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing his name. This is his lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, who I think is a fucking mess. I think his lawyer fucking sucks, okay? So it's interesting. She says that the jury did not believe Jabari's story. I don't believe that. Remember, the jury found that he was reckless, okay? They didn't find that they didn't find him guilty of aggravated. Let's you know what? Let's go ahead and break down what the jury found. So this article is, all right. So there is this article in the Hollywood Reporter. Jonathan Majors found guilty of assault harassment. The verdict was reached Monday by a 6-person jury over 4 hours of deliberation. Spread across 3 days. The actor is set to be sentenced on February the 6th. The verdict was reached by a 6-person jury. A New York jury found Marvel actor Jonathan Majors guilty of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and guilty of harassment. The verdict was reached by a 6-person jury after roughly over 4 hours of deliberation spread across 3 days. Majors, wearing a gray suit and black dress shirt and tie, stood with his attorneys as the verdict was read, with family members and his girlfriend Megan Good behind him. Sentencing is set for February 6th. The charges, a misdemeanor and a violation, carry a sentence of up to 1 year in prison, which honestly, I don't think he's gonna see any prison time. I do not see him getting any prison time. On 2 other charges, he was found not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and not guilty of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. In the statement after the verdict, the actor's attorney, I already read her statement. Shortly after the verdict was read, Marvel Studios dropped the actor as Kang the Conqueror from its upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe film. So it looks like Marvel was still holding out. To be honest, I still think they were going to drop him. I didn't see him getting away with this at all, but I still think that they were going to drop him because there was too much murmuring aside from this. Like, when this all happened, there were so many stories coming forward. It just, like, these studios will give a lot of chances to these white actors. They'll get way more chances, okay? You know, we saw Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. It took the 2nd trial for him to really, like, lose everything. It took them settling and her coming out with that op-ed and her violating her settlement. Like, he wasn't, like, cut off immediately, you know what I mean? But that's gonna happen to black actors. We already know that. We know how racism works, so I'm not surprised by that. In total, Majors faced 4 charges of assault, aggravated harassment, and harassment after he called 911 on March 25th. So here is where I disagree with his lawyer saying that the jury did not believe Grace Jabari's story. I think they absolutely believed it. She continues to play within the court of public opinion because a lot of you guys don't understand what these charges really mean. You guys don't understand what aggravated versus not, like, not intentional. Like, you guys are not going to set out to really look up everything. Here is why I feel the jury was not going to get him on aggravated, but got him on reckless. I don't think that Jonathan Majors went into that car that night and thought, I'm going to beat her ass. I don't think so, right? She says this all started because she grabbed his phone. She saw a text message come through his phone that allegedly showed that he was obviously cheating on her. And so she went to go grab the phone. Now, here's what happened when she went to go grab the phone, okay? She testified that the alleged incident occurred in a private car when she saw a text on Majors' phone that read, "Oh, how I wish I could be kissing you." Again, I really want to know if that was Megan. Ms. Good, was that you? Jabari has said she tried to snatch the phone from Majors, who then pried her finger from the phone, grabbed her arm and right hand, twisted her forearm, and struck her head to get the phone away from her. That's why they got him on reckless, because let's have an honest conversation here. Was it that deep? Did he have to do all that to get his phone back? Absolutely not. And you guys watching this, maybe you guys have a total different outlook. I am one of the few people in this world that has never been in a domestic violence filled relationship. I don't know what domestic violence looks like for me in my personal life. I don't. I've been sexually violated as a child several times. As a grown-up, I was, sexually I was sexually violated, so I'm familiar with that. I don't know what it's like to be in a DV relationship. I don't know what that looks like, okay? However, this seems like a lot to get your phone back. This seems like this is a pattern for you. And when you put the total image together, you look at their communications together, it is clear this is a pattern. You have a pattern of putting your hands on this woman, okay? But again, they can't just say, oh, he just put his hands on her because she did try to snatch his phone, right? But there's no proof of her attacking him. So they can't prove that, right? And so I feel like that is where they're like, okay, you know what? We can't prove that you intentionally went in that car and your intentions was to beat her ass, but this clearly happened because here is the proof. Here's the proof. The proof coincides with what she says happens, which is why they got him on that. I, for the life of me, don't understand what a lot of you are not understanding. The charges fit. The charges fit what she said happened and what she didn't need to say happened, because here is the proof. The proof is there. Point blank, period. Mind you, yes, he was getting his Forrest Gump on. He run, Forrest, run. Yes, he sure enough was. But that was after he did all these things to her. So you mean to tell me y'all have never seen domestic violence cases where the abuser just takes off running, or the abuser just goes on about their business like nothing happened? Like, you guys have never seen this. You guys have never seen the abuser act like the abusee. Let's be for real. Let's be for fucking for real. So last thing I do want to talk about when it comes to this Jonathan Major stuff is just all the commentary about, oh, this is what you get for being with white women. This is what being with, stop dating these children of the chalk. Leave those children of the chalk alone. Leave white women alone. Black man, you need to date your own race. Y'all are the same people who are still blaming Megan for being shot by Tory. Y'all are still blaming Megan, a black woman, for Tory Lanez being in jail, a black man. This is not about race. This is about the fact that black women and black men have a problem with holding black men accountable and responsible for their violent actions. We see this happen with black women all the time, and they don't get this type of justice that Grace Jabari got. I'm not even gonna spend my time bringing all these statistics to you. Maybe you guys will find it in your hearts, find it deep down in your purse, and find your comprehension skills while you're reading the statistics to see. Black women don't get this type of justice because the justice system doesn't care about black women. Black women don't care about black women. I told y'all, Winnie Parker was right.
Oh, dead ass. Some of y'all are just mean as hell. And I don't feel like, the black community, black women support other black women.
Okay? She was right. Black women don't care about black women. Black men don't care about black women. When it comes to stuff like this, you guys will always find a way to make the black man innocent for putting his hands, his feet, his guns, his knives to a black woman's body. All of you guys, most of you guys who are saying, oh my God, look at what this white woman did to Jonathan Majors. Y'all are screaming free Tory. Y'all are full of shit. It makes no sense. Now, again, I don't think that Jonathan Majors is gonna get any jail time for this. I really don't. However, I do want him in jail for this boot collection. I'm not gonna let that go. This man is 34 years old. It's no reason why your boot collection should be 300 years older than you. This boot collection alone, jail. Whoa, 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 whoa. I want you in jail. I want you in jail for this. This should be illegal because you are way too young to be dressed like this. Megan Coretta Scott King Good, girl, cash your check and move the fuck on. Cash the check and move the fuck on. Okay? Deposit your check and get the fuck on. We will forget this. Trust me. People's memory is so fickle. But girl, get your ass on. Okay? It's a new season of Harlem. Let's wrap this thing on up. Let's wrap this courtship. Let's wrap this courtship on up. Y'all two have brought a whole new meaning to courting. Okay? This is the most courting I've ever seen a couple do. Let's go ahead and wrap this shit on up. All right? All right, cool. Next story. I want y'all to see this footage of J-Lo holding on to Jennifer Lewis as Jennifer Lewis sings Have Yourself a Merry Christmas.
Your heart beat like from now on, our troubles will be outside. You better sing out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide next year all our troubles will be miles away.
Oh my God, oh my Lord, she trying to steal Jennifer Lewis's voice. Run, auntie, run! First of all, Jennifer Lewis is just a gift. Just a gift. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Ugh, I love that song. But J-Lo, I see you. I see what the fuck you doing. You see how tight she hold on to Jennifer? That is her. It's a scheme that Todd set up for her to steal Jennifer's voice. Bitch, I am not. I see you. I see you, Ursula. I see you, Ursula. I see you, okay? I see what the fuck going on, bitch. We did not forget. We did not forget, bitch. But anyway, I think it's a really really beautiful moment between two Jennifers. But yeah, I still see you, J-Lo. All right, last thing, y'all. I came across this tweet today, right? So ZZ Mills, I've come across her podcast before, and I think it's really, really good. Let me know if you guys watch her. She's one of the little UK girlies. My favorite podcast right now is the BTS podcast. It's these three girls from the UK. I think they're in London, and they're three Nigerian girls. They crack me the fuck up. Please, if you are trying to look for new podcasts, please go ahead and add the BTS podcast. They are hilarious. But yeah, ZZ Mills, she has a podcast, I believe. I've come across her podcast before. Really, really good stuff. She had a podcast episode with Akon that was ridiculous. Like, it was good. Like, she was good, but Akon was just, I couldn't believe some of the shit he said in that podcast episode. But anyway, so she said this in the tweet. I guess the tweet is going viral right now. It's a lot of people that are eating her up. And then there's some people eating my ass up too, because I left a comment on somebody else's page with the tweet. So the tweet says, women get BBLs in hope of being able to access a certain type of lifestyle, which is more times provided / given to them by a man. Therefore, it's for the male gaze. The sooner we're honest about this, the better. Some women can't fathom that they change their body for men, but shrug. Now, I saw this on Funky Dineva's page and I left a comment and I said truth. And then oftentimes they end up regretting it because of the caliber of men that it attracts. And there was one girl who responded to my comment that said, so when you got your boobs done, did you do it for a man? And I commented back, I said, almost every friend I have that has gotten a BBL regrets getting it for various reasons, with the reason I mentioned being first. I never hear anyone regretting getting their boobs done, including me. And that's true. I almost never hear of anybody saying, oh my God, I regret getting my boobs done, unless they had a reaction to it. I don't know what the condition is called, but there are some women who have gotten boob implants before and their bodies just rejected the boobs and they got sick and, they got an infection and they had to take it out. But anyway, so just going back to the tweet, I really wanted to just talk about this with y'all and I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. Now, the tweet doesn't say all women. So I just want to make that clear. She doesn't say all women. And I agree with that. I don't think all women get BBLs for the male gaze. I don't think all BBLs, I don't think every woman that gets a BBL gets it for a certain type of lifestyle. I do think that there are women out there who get their body done just because they want to get their body done. Let's just be for real. I think that there are a lot of women, especially if you've had 2-3 kids, you're like, okay, snatch me up. Shit, sometimes after one child, okay, let's snatch this body back up. You weren't able to snap back, cool. You know what I mean? And while you in there, give me some ass. You know what I mean? But I believe that the majority of women do it for this. I really do. And I'm going to explain why. She said, women get BBLs in hope of being able to access a certain type of lifestyle. When I moved to Atlanta from New York, I feel like when I was in New York, I didn't see as many BBLs, or I didn't really come into contact with a lot of the BBL community, because I just feel like in New York, the girlies are more natural. Like the looks in New York it's more fashion. It's more fashion. It's more hair, natural, whether the hair be natural, whatever. Like the girlies up there are more about fashion. When I got to Atlanta, it was BBL galore. And I remember when I first got to Atlanta, I started hanging around the BBL community. Like my friends were all the BBL girlies. Like I don't know, maybe it's because of the building too that I lived in, but the building I lived in had all the BBL girlies. So I think it was just natural that I just started hanging around the BBL girlies. It was exhausting going out with the BBL girlies because the conversations before even going out, it was filled with strategies. Where are we going? We need to be where the money is at, where the money niggas is at. This is how you dress. This is gonna get you in for free. This is gonna get this nigga to buy us this nigga to buy us that. This baller finna be here. That baller finna be over here. This rapper's flying me out to here. That rap, like it just was ridiculous. And I remember even like one of the BBL girlies that I was hanging out with, like the BBL was what gave her access to that lifestyle. And then the other one, she was constantly using the BBL that she got to beg for that lifestyle. It just was like most of the BBL girlies, that's just how they lived. It was every day was, how can I get money from niggas? How can I access money from niggas? Like it was ridiculous. I'll tell you guys a story I've never shared. One of the BBL girlies, I remember one night we go out and we're in a club and she meets this guy and she has a boyfriend at the time, but like next thing you know, like she is like tongue kissing this guy on the dance floor. The dude is dripped up. He's dripped up, like iced out, no stylist, iced out. And so, I'm guessing he a money nigga. Now she drove us to the club, but at the time her and I was living in the same building. So next thing you know, she and the money nigga are like leaving the club. She's like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm like, girl, your car. Like, you drove us here. She's like, oh, just follow me, whatever, follow me. So I'm like trying to stop her from leaving with this guy because she didn't know the guy. But to her, he was a money nigga, right? So she's getting in this guy's car. I'm trying to get her out of the car. Now he's upset because I'm fucking up what he got going on. Make a long story short, she's like, no, just follow me. So I'm getting in her car. I don't know how to drive her car. I'm trying to follow where they're going. I lose them. I'm new to Atlanta. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where they're at. So it was just weird. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning. I remember her saying something Atlantic. Because I kept calling her phone. She wouldn't answer. Then there was one time when she answered, she said, no, Atlantic. I just heard Atlantic. So I went to this one apartment building that was in Midtown called Atlantic House, I think. It was like Atlantic House or something like that. So I go there. She's not there. It's about to be 4 o'clock. The other girl that we were with, she's like, oh, she does this all the time. Like, she got a money nigga, whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just let her be and just go back to our building. So it's about to be 4 o'clock. I go back to I'm literally driving back to our building. And as I'm entering the building, she calls me. She's screaming. Oh my God! She's screaming. Come get me! I'm like, where are you? She's like, I'm at the Atlantic. So I guess there was another building that was called the Atlantic. So I'm like, I'm coming. So I go. And I barely make it in front of the building. She comes out of the building, crying, screaming, hollering. This man tried to me. Like, she says it over and over again. And I'm like, she's like crying, she's screaming. Now I start crying. I'm like, what do we do? Do we go to the police? Do we go like, do you want to go to the police? I'm going to call the police. She's like, no, don't call the police. Just take me home. I'm like, all right, we'll figure out in the morning. Get her home. The next day, we had plans the next morning, but I asked, did she want to, call the police or anything? She didn't want to. And so we had plans that morning, and that night we had to go film something at a restaurant. So we go to the restaurant, we film what we film, and the restaurant owner was like, oh, you guys want to stay? It was at Rocksteady. He's like, you want to stay? We have the lounge upstairs. This is before like Rocksteady became like what Rocksteady is right now. So we go to the lounge upstairs to eat, and she's like, oh, I invited one of my niggas or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Guess what nigga came? Because he was going to spend some money. Take a wild guess. Yeah, you guessed it. It was the nigga who tried to rape her last night. Oh, but it's cool now because he got money. There's so many layers to this, but it was so upsetting. It was so fucking upsetting. And it really led to one of the reasons why I stopped fucking with this girl. But also, it just made me realize, like, damn, the BBL girlies, they really are desperate to get a return on that investment. And they seek a certain lifestyle because they look the way they do. Again, this is not every BBL girlie's story, but from what I've seen, especially coming here, the things the BBL girlies demand and expect and are willing to deal with because they feel that they should live a certain lifestyle because they have the BBL, it's actually kind of alarming. Like, to me, it's kind of a sickness. And listen, will I have a BBL one day? I'm pretty sure after I have my 2 kids, I don't know when that's going to be, child. The way my dating life going, child. I don't know when the fuck that's going to happen. But prayerfully, when I have my 2 children, baby, I will be snatching this body up, okay? But just like when I got my boobs done, I didn't get my boobs for the male gaze. I didn't get my boobs because I wanted men to look at me. I got boobs because I was flat-chested and I was tired of being flat-chested for 3 decades. And I really did want boobs. Like, I wanted to have boobs. But even when I got my boobs, the BBL girlies, they were like, oh no, you should have got them bigger. Like, you should have got a double D. Like, that's stupid. Like, it's whack. Like, they're like, no, you need to get the bigger. And it's like, no, I wanted something that fit me, especially because, you know, I'm in television. I'm looking to be an actress. I don't want to put anything on my body that's going to be distracting. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the actresses too, when you look at the BBL actresses, they get stuck in certain roles. They get stuck in certain rooms because of their BBLs. I don't ever want that for me. I don't ever want to get something that is for gays. I want to get it where it's proportioned to my body and it's for me. You know what I mean? And so again, I don't think all women do this for the male gaze and to have access to a certain lifestyle, but I think a lot of women do. And honestly, I think when it comes to the BBL crew, most of them do it for that. And they're willing to die on that table to get that, to have certain male attention. Sometimes it's to satisfy a partner that keeps wandering. I mean, how many BBLs have we seen Cardi get? And that still won't keep Offset at home. We've seen this lady get a BBL, like a bunch of surgeries, catch court cases, like literally catch a charge for this man, multiple charges, and go to court for this man. And it still doesn't leave him out. It still doesn't make him faithful. You know what I mean? And so it's sad that a lot of women do it for that reason, but a lot of women do it for that reason. Let me know your thoughts on that. Again, I'm not saying all women do it for that reason, but a lot of women do. And it's okay to have that conversation. I think once we have that conversation, then we can address those things and make sure that people are doing things for the right reasons and not regretting it later. Because even there were times when the BBL girlie who was strung out on the money nigga who tried to violate her, she'd tell me like, I regret it, but then she would go and get another one because, you know, okay, now I need a new one because I need new niggas. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really, really weird. It's weird. But anyway, drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on what we talked about in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next Just a Couple Things. Love ya.